It's time for one of our favorite segments here on Studio 9, Dinner in a Movie. I'm back with a fabulous, and I mean fabulous, Felipa Solis.
All right. Say, go on and on.
What are we watching? What are we making?
This is, I have to keep stirring while we talk.
Yes.
This is The Godfather. Now, this happens to be the Coppola collection that Francis Ford Coppola just combined all three sagas. But we're talking about the one that started
Godfather, one iconic classic. If you haven't seen it, and if you haven't seen it, why? But really, you need to see it. It's one of those great movies. And we're pairing it with...
Well, here's the thing. When you're watching the movie starring the late, great Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, James Caan, Robert Duvall, Diane Keaton, the list goes on and on and on. Dave Vigoda, great people in this film. But all through the movie, there's cake, there's a wedding, people are eating, they're having family discussions, there's big platters of food. And one of my favorite scenes is when the families are going to war, because that's what happens in The Godfather with the Corleones. They go to the mattresses, and that means that they have to kind of hide out, they can't go home, and there always has to be one person that's going to take care of everyone, so it's Clemenza. And Clemenza in the film tells a young Michael Corleone, played by Al Pacino, "Come here, kid, maybe you'll learn something." And he shows him how to make your basic pasta.
That's right.
With tomato sauce.
A classic scene.
Classic scene from a classic film. You know this movie is 47 years old already?
No, and it doesn't feel like it. It does. You watch it, and it's just fantastic. The dialogue, the scene, the energy of it. It's fantastic.
So this is Clemenza's recipe.
Okay.
So basically what you're doing is you make your pasta first and you boil it. I like to use fettuccine. I'll tell you why. Because it comes out more al dente sometimes, and I like the consistency. And when you're boiling it, you boil the water, then put the pasta in, and put a little olive oil, and that way nothing ever sticks.
Yes.
So that's the best thing you can do.
And al dente is, for those who don't know, firm to the bite.
Firm to the bite. Yeah, not like soft kind of,
Which is about 6-7 minutes that you boil it, right? Nothing longer than that.
Oh, nothing longer than that. And then you check it, you taste it, you drain it, you keep it in olive oil so it stays. Just, it won't stick that way.
And it gets that rosemary. You put a little rosemary oil in there. It gets that nice little flavor that the rosemary. What else could you put in there? Flavor with garlic.
Garlic. But here, the thing with pasta though, pasta has to stand on its own. It's the sauce.
Oh, really?
The key is the sauce. So what we do here to get it to this point, and this takes about an hour or so, but he'll explain in the movie. So first of all, you get your tomatoes. You can use cans. I like to use fresh ones. But the old school recipe is you take the tomatoes and you squish them in your hands. And you make this kind of tomato thing. But what you've done first you use your olive oil. Then you put garlic in it. Let the garlic brown. Then you put your tomatoes. Keep stirring. Add more olive oil. Add spices. Like we had basil. We have all kinds of things we've used. And so rosemary. More garlic. Then you can even throw in a little white wine, a little red wine. I threw in a little white wine earlier, which then you have little...
You can add that too? Red or white wine? Which one would you pair with?
I like white, but a lot of the true Italian recipes call for red. Clemenza said red wine. He had a jug of red wine in the movie.
So is this ready to serve now?
Just about.
Okay.
But what he says too is you let this simmer, but you make sure you have your meats on the side too. So let's talk about meatballs. You get your meat, you get a little pork, all of it ground, make it into little balls with the same spices, garlic, rosemary, basil, and breadcrumbs.
It smells so good.
And so you get this, you get your pasta.
Okay.
You put your pasta in. I like to keep everything all together. So you're going to stir that up, you see? And then it all comes together. You lower it because I'm wild here in the kitchen.
All right.
And then, like Clemenza says, you throw in your meat, keep it going. And there you go. And then if you see drippy things, it's all good because it's olive oil. And it's good for you.
It smells so good. So, like, I mean, I love when you come on the show.
Look, so isn't this fun?
Every day.
So you can feed about 4 or 5 people there. You want to serve this. Let me see if I can do this. And then we say manja. And then I'm making you a dish you can't refuse, you see?
So delicious.
Go.
Thank you so much, Felipa. And of course, we're going to have the recipe for the pasta and meatball and the sauce on our website. Head on over to ktsm.com. Click on the Studio 9 tab. Godfather 1. Pair it with a delicious pasta. Thank you.
Thank you.